You say? I guess that would have been Mr. Ingo.
Objection! Let me stop you before you start getting too excited. If you had listened to the rest of what the detective said, you noticed she mentioned an alibi.
Indeed, we're pretty concerned that the ranch worker couldn't have been involved. Well, what is the alibi then? Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. You might remember that I brought up some outgoing milk shipments. Well, the worker Ingo was in charge of them. He left the ranch house first thing in the morning and was busy preparing the shipments after that. Is that so? Surely he could have gotten away with that one really quick little murder.
Objection! Bah, this wouldn't just be a quick little murder, as you so crudely put it. He'd have to have taken steps to hide his involvement, too. There was definitely not enough time for that.
Unfortunately, I agree. Preparing a shipment is a lot of work. You have to milk all the cows, clean all the bottles, pour the milk out into them, arrange them all into crates, and finally load it all up onto a wagon. Usually, I had to do it together with Father to finish before the courier arrived. The shipments were indeed ready when we arrived at the ranch. When we checked the boxes, they were all fully loaded with filled milk bottles. So, this Ingo was able to do... I love that. The hand slammed down. I love this. I love the animations in this. Sorry, I'm gonna pause every now and then to gush about them. Animation and design are like some things that I fucking love. Oh my god, you guys are about to go into an ad, but jeez, I love the stuff that artists do, whether it's animation, the design of characters, or just like how they alter stuff that's already in games to be what they had intended. It's okay. I don't think Proxy can hear me anymore because of the ad. But honestly, it's one of the reasons why I liked Proxy's work so much with turning me into a furry. For that art that I had showed off a long time ago, I had showed this off, and I don't know if I definitely still have it. I don't think I have the VOD anymore for me showing it off. But it's one of the reasons why I liked it so much. It was taking a character, it was taking an already made design and changing it to be something else, to fit what was requested. And I loved it. It is absolutely amazing what some artists can do. Artists are great. Artists are fantastic people.
Objection! Odd or not, he eventually did just that. Clearly he's a man dedicated—
Oh wait, I didn't read the last thing. Ingo was able to do the work of two people all on his own? Isn't that a bit odd? It is a bit odd, I agree.
Clearly he's a man dedicated to his job. Or perhaps the girl and her father are just very inefficient. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
This whole thing seems awfully suspicious, if you ask me. But I guess I have nothing to dispute it with? Unconscious right in front of the victim. Just to kill the victim. Okay. What do you mean by this? Hold it. She sure is. We've known each other for years.
Yet she murdered her father in cold blood. How curious. Perhaps you're just bad judges of character, both of you.
No way! Just give me some time and I'm going to prove it. Okay, so that didn't give me really anything. Do you see anything wrong yet? Well, usually it's difficult to find anything wrong with the basic facts of the case. That said, I do think I saw one small thing. Really? That's great! Sure is, because I've got to poke all the holes I can find before the princess gets here. All the evidence points towards this girl being the culprit. There's nothing for me to press there. The murder definitely took place inside the ranch house. I don't think there's anything for me to press there. Wait, if I go, does it just checkmark everything that I press? It does just checkmark everything I press. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who's bleeding out on the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon without a doubt. I'm gonna press this. And how can you be sure of this? Look at the autopsy report.
Deep, irregular wound made with a sharp metal object.
The saw was the only sharp implement in the ranch house that could produce such a wound. And as I've already mentioned, we also looked closely at all the other sharp things on the ranch. None had recent bloodstains on them. Wait. Hold on, I want to go into the court record. I want to see this. She said that she looked at all of the sharp objects on the ranch. That is very specific. Because, I'm sorry, but a wood saw for a stabbing implement makes no sense. It's not for stabbing, it's for sawing. So it wouldn't be able to stab into someone without incredible force, which Malin wouldn't have. But if we look at the rest of this, I'm guessing that they checked, rakes would be sharp objects. So they would have checked those. They would have checked the knives, the saws, definitely the scythes. I'm trying to think. It could have been, think about this. What if the edge of a broom was sharpened? Stab in, and then when they pull out, maybe like it's the splinters and whatnot that ripped it up out of mission. Hi, how are you? Axes they would have checked. Hose they probably would have checked. So why it tastes weird is a bit different. Why is that? Is it because people who aren't as pale as me actually use seasonings? Because I can agree with that. Does that actually change the taste? Those pounders, drag harrows. Okay. Wait a minute! Wait! I just realized something! Look at the top of it! Hold on, I'm going to make it so that I can get my mouse on the screen really quickly. Can you guys see my mouse? Look up here! Look up here! The person who did the inventory, because I'm looking through all of this to try to find the inventory and whatnot. I wasn't even noticing. Look at who did the inventory. Ingo! Ingo did the inventory! Which means that he has reason to be like, oh, we're not going to put this in because, ooh, fucking, what the fuck? Stuff up on my scene. Huh, that's interesting. Little science for us. So that doesn't necessarily mean the saw was the murder weapon. Maybe the real culprit hid the real one. Yeah. Is Ingo now in here? No, he's not.
Objection! Oh yeah? Prove it then! Show us the real murder weapon.
Well, I definitely don't have any way to do that. Still, something bothers me about that saw.
So you have nothing, hmm? What a waste of time.
So, wait. I kinda... Because this... I gotta be clear. The saw makes no sense as a weapon. Zoom below sea level to now several hundred feet above it. Oh. Okay. Girl being the culprit. Okay. I want to press a couple of these. What makes you think that she's the culprit?
Objection! She's just about to tell you. Keep quiet and listen.
Right. Sorry. Indeed, as I was saying. Murder definitely took place inside the house. How do you determine that it took place in the house? And just how did you do that? It's quite simple. There was no blood found anywhere else. Had the victim been attacked at some other location, we'd expect a trail of it leading to the scene. Couldn't the killer have just cleaned it all up? Certainly not. The path to the ranch house at Lon Lon Ranch is not paved in any way. Cleaning blood off the ground would require disturbing the soil. Naturally, we found nothing of the sort.
Bah! There wouldn't have been enough time to pull that off anyway.
Likely true. Right. Sounds like the location of the crime scene is pretty firm, but I'm not giving up yet. I just want to press all of this. I know that, like, a lot of this stuff is like, what are you going to press on this? Like, you don't have anything to press on this. I think it was the weapon part. I think that's what I gotta present. Okay. Hold it! Malin fainted? Correct. We couldn't get her to wake up for a long time. Eventually, we decided to administer a healing fairy so she could be questioned. I guess finding the body was just that much of a shock, huh?
Ha! Probably just pretending, trying to make it look like she merely found the body.
Lobster rolls are lit. Honestly, they really are. I had one when I was up in Maine a while back. Anyway. Wait, actually, did I... Okay. In any event... I'm gonna go with the court record. Wait, hold on. What is the button for this? Is that this? Ah, there we go. Huh. This seems like a fairly large oversight. I just want to make... I love this! Look at this! It's like when Phoenix Wright taps the paper! Ah! Sorry. I'm going to gush about this stuff. As I said, I love these, like, little points to detail. These little things that like, animators and artists put in. It's actually one of the reasons why I love the MiHoYo games so much. The amount of detail and stuff that they put in games, not just for the design of the character, like the art design of the character, but for sometimes the personality design. Artists... Sorry. The music video for the song is playing, and when I looked over for a second, there was a butt wiggling in my face, and I was like, Anyway, I got a little stunned there. Anyway, I love the small details that artists put in. They're so great. Anyway. Actually, there is one here that I could show you guys for, like, stuff that I love, like the small details that artists put in. One sec. I think I can do this. Yeah. So if you look here, this is like my background. This is like the computer that ignore this. This isn't this is nothing. This is nothing that you guys have to worry about. I'm not in an emulator. Don't worry. But I like this. This is art that Vine has made for me before, and it's my background. And one of the things that I love is if you look at my my logo, one little detail that she did is she made it so that I had a snake tattoo that matched the logo that she made for me, which was really cool. Okay, back to full screen for that. Anyway, it's just like I love little details like that and stuff. Or all like for the character Jane Doe and ZZZ, the little details to show like um to show like the more rat aspects of her, or for people who do modeling and whatnot, whether it's like Warhammer, if it's D&D, if it's like you edit Gundams, or the Gunpla, or like other figures and whatnot, if you like edit them to make like different things. Yeah, isn't it like? But that's cool. I love that. Um, but I love that stuff. It's one of the reasons why I really did love your furrow art, because I love how you took my character, you took me, and you did what you could to make it into that. And it's like the details that you put in to try to make it like to make sure that it stayed me while also changing it to be a furry were absolutely fantastic. Um, it's one of the reasons why why I really like that art. Anyway, even though I'm not a furry. Anyway. But yeah, I love that stuff. The little details, whether it's like someone has made their like a gunpla, or if they've made the what is it? If they've made gunpla, or if they've made like Warhammer figures or whatever, and like they put like some wear and tear on them like intentionally to make it seem like, oh, they've been in battle instead of they look pristine. That stuff is fantastic. Hearts in the flames in the ears were the two you talked about. Yeah. Yeah. I loved that stuff. I loved that stuff. That stuff was fantastic. Hold on, let me see if I can get that back up. I'm pretty sure I still have that on my computer. I don't think I ever got rid of it so that people can see it. Yeah, I could switch out what is here. Let me see. In my desktop, is it in here? For this? Is it in here? Yes, here it is. I found it. I do still have it. Whoop. Whoop. This for my main, because I do have more of her. Yeah. So this is what Proxy is talking about. This was quite a while ago that Proxy had made this for me. And this is, I'm not a furry, but I love this as like, like fan art, stuff that like people make for me. I love how they did the hair as like more of like the mohawky type, while like keeping its length that I normally have. And like if you look at how like the hair like moves and whatnot, it still stays kind of like with the same style as my ponytail, just in a different hairstyle that matches the furry more. I like the flame that's in the ears and the little heart. It's there's quite a bit on this that I actually kind of like. It's great detail. It's wonderfully done, and thank you, Proxy, for that. Always appreciate artists. Always appreciate them. They are fantastic people. Um anyway, so back to this. With the animation here. Just want to make sure of something. The state the saw is currently in is how you found. Gave you a nose ring in it with two nose colors. I mean, I like it. I think it's fantastic. I kind of liked it. Like I thought it added to the character. Um, that is correct. That's strange, considering how much the victim bled out and how deep his wound was. Why is there no blood on the supposed murder weapon?
Ha! Is that all you have?
Huh?
Naturally, the prosecution has an explanation for why the saw is clean. Behold, this cloth was found in the defendant's other hand. As you can plainly see, it is stained with blood. The defendant simply wiped the murder weapon in a futile attempt to hide her involvement.
Objection! If Malin was trying to hide her involvement, why didn't she just leave the crime scene?
Bah! Obviously, she was trying to hide the body before the royal visitation arrived at the ranch. Unfortunately for her, it just so happened that the delegation arrived quite a bit earlier than scheduled. In a panic, she quickly wiped the saw off and pretended to faint to make it look like she stumbled upon the scene.
I'm going to need to get more water at some point. I am digging into the back of my throat for Ganon. Gah. Young lady, things are not looking very good for you right now. The court accepts the blood cloth into evidence. Why wasn't it in evidence before? So, what's the story with the cloth? Well, as I was doing a final check around the ranch, I noticed that part of the fence around the horse paddock was damaged. Not entirely sure when that happened, but sometimes one of the horses just gets a bit too rowdy, you know? Right. Okay, so a damaged fence. Anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Ingo about it, so I tried to cut up a new rail by myself to patch it up. But then the saw slipped and I cut my hand open. Oh goodness, are you okay? Well, it wasn't that bad. It did bleed quite a bit though, so I used that cloth to quickly bandage the wound. I was actually going into the ranch house to ask Father to help me with the fence.
Ha! A likely story. And impossible to verify now, of course. The Sheikah force had to use a fairy on the defendant to get her out of her supposed unconsciousness. I do have to give her some credit. She is one cunning woman. She knew that would explain a sudden lack of any wound on her hand.
Oh, why yes, fairies are wonderful. Just the other day I slammed my hand with the gavel, and one took the pain off immediately. Great. I'm glad to know they're used for such important things. But dang it. Too bad there's no way to tell whose blood is on the cloth.
I do believe this matter has been settled. I am ready to call my next witness.
Uh-oh. Is that all I can get out of her?
You've served your purpose, Sheikah. Be gone.
Fine. But you had best treat Her Highness with respect, or I'll see to it that you spend the night in the dungeons.
Do not presume to threaten me, Sheikah. A night of darkness and solitude would be nothing but comfort for me.
Is that so? Then perhaps we should fill the dungeon with lit candles for the occasion. They're glaring daggers at each other. If this doesn't end soon, we're all in trouble.
Order, order! I'm sure we'll treat the princess with utmost respect. You may sit down, detective. This case has already made me weary of all the pointless jabber. The time is ripe to deal with the final blow. I call Her Highness Princess Zelda of Hyrule to the stand.
Oof. Hi.
Ooh.
Is something the matter? Why is everyone quiet all of a sudden?
Your Highness. I believe we're all just a bit uncertain on how to proceed. It is quite the honor to have such an esteemed guest in these halls. Bah! In the face of the law, the princess is no different from a peasant. Name and occupation. Now!
Prosecution will behave. I will not have any derogatory statements directed at the princess.
Derogatory? I simply wish not to waste any more time. We must employ proper procedure.
Oh man. It is all right, detective. I believe the prosecution does have a point. In the eyes of the law, we are all equals. On this stand, I am just another witness. I should not be getting any special treatment.
Very admirable, Your Highness. We'd all rest easy knowing that Hyrule is destined to have such a wise monarch in the future. Yes, indeed. I eagerly await the day when our next ruler takes the throne and reshapes the kingdom in their image.
Okay, Ganon. You flatter me, prosecutor. I don't think he was talking about you. Gonna be honest. Now then, I believe I was asked for my name and occupation. I am Zelda, current Princess of Hyrule, and heir apparent to the throne. God, fuck, I'm going to make a pause at some point to get more water.
That point might be soon, I'm running out.
Marvelous, Your Highness. Before we begin, I would just like to know, why were you at Lon Lon Ranch to witness the terrible incident? It is simple, really. Lon Lon Ranch is Hyrule Castle Town's biggest food supplier. Not only that, but the ranch also equips Hyrule's Royal Guard with the finest of horses. Every year, the royal family makes a visit as a gesture of goodwill to ensure the quality of the steeds. Wow, I didn't know your horses were used by the Royal Guard. Yep! We work hard every year to make sure they're in the best possible condition. Father loved to boast about it to the other ranch owners. Ha! Knowing Talon, I'm sure he did.
How unfortunate that the ranch may no longer meet the Crown's high standards under new management. The royal family has a backup, I trust.
We are looking for one. Naturally, those standards are quite high.
Yes, of course.
Now then,
please describe what you saw on the day of the incident.
Very well. Here I go. Testimony time! Witness testimony. Seen behind the door. I arrived at Long Lawn Ranch a little after 8 a.m., accompanied by the loyal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the ranch owner's chest with a saw she was holding. I was overcome with fear and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. I heard that Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such a horrible violence. Wait, okay. What? Oh my. You saw the very moment the victim was killed?
There you go! Decisive testimony. As there is no need to doubt the princess's statement, I call for the judge to make a ruling right away.
Objection! Hey, now, hold on. I didn't get to cross-examine the witness yet.
Objection! You haven't, fool, because there is no need. Did you not hear one word of what I said?
Objection! Didn't you just say we should follow all the procedures and treat the princess like any other witness? This is the defense's right.
You complete.
I believe the defense has a point. They do have every right to perform a cross-examination, no matter who is testifying. I was quite looking forward to this part myself. I've only ever read about court proceedings in the royal library.
Hmm.
That being said, I will not tolerate any reckless accusations toward the princess. Is that clear? Naturally, Your Honor. How am I going to cross-examine the princess? This isn't going to end well. It's gotten into the prosecutor. That seems like a rather intense outburst. Well, I do have a guess. Well, because of the princess's status, it's possible that Dragmire didn't have an opportunity to discuss her testimony with her. That might mean that this testimony is a surprise even to him. This could be my chance.
Before we begin, there's just one thing that caught my attention. I believe the princess mentioned seeing some kind of glass bottle on of the crime scene. That would be this, I presume.
Yes, yes, that is exactly it. What is that? Oh, that's a bottle of perfume that Father intended to gift to Her Highness when she arrived. He quickly rode out of town to get it at the last moment. He didn't know that the princess was coming instead of the king until only about 2 hours before the visitation. Oh, how thoughtful. He really did not need to bother himself so.
As fascinating as this all is, the prosecution doesn't believe it's relevant to the case.
Objection! It's good to have a full picture of the crime scene. The defense requests the bottle be accepted into evidence.
Bah! Despite desperate to latch onto every little thing you argue. Whatever, you can add it to the evidence if it'll make you happy. No skin off my teeth.
In that case, the court accepts the bottle into evidence. Perfume bottle. Now then, defense, begin your cross-examination. I want to look over the evidence really quickly. So what we have that was added was we have the bloodied cloth, which was used, she says was used to clean up a wound that she had. And then we have the perfume. I'm going to be honest, I don't see how the perfume plays into this, but we'll see. What's the picture for Zelda? Oh, I like this! Age 14. Okay, cool. Evidence. Close. Okay. Examination. Seen behind the door. A little after 8 a.m., accompanied by my royal guards. Now, with that, no later than 8 a.m., so there's nothing that contradicts there, so we're fine with that. I might want to press this. No, she said a little after 8 a.m., so she wouldn't have been there to hear any struggle. Thing was, there was nobody to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top. To leave stream for a moment to go into a game to take a screenshot for reference. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Wait. Hold on. Autopsy report. Present. Wait, objection. Your Honor, Your Highness, I believe I found something that doesn't quite match up with the facts.
How dare you question the princess?
But welcome back. What did you have to take a screenshot for reference? Out of pure curiosity.
You will let the defense speak, prosecutor.
I think I see why he so desperately wanted to prevent this cross-examination now. Your Highness, you stated that you arrived at the ranch shortly after 8 a.m., correct? Yes, the visit was scheduled for 8:30 exactly, but we were quite a bit early. I see. That makes something you mentioned quite impossible. As stated by the autopsy report, the victim definitely died before 8 a.m. You couldn't have seen the defendant attack the ranch owner when you arrived, because the victim was already dead by then. Oh my god, a 14-year-old like not saying the correct facts? Oh my god! Who would have ever guessed? Ah! Yes, you've really caught her in a lie.
Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? While I wholeheartedly respect and serve the crown, I will nonetheless not tolerate lies in my court.
I have not lied, I suppose I did not see the exact moment it happened. It was for a game I want to live stream, so I'll be using my OC for a PNG avatar for it, so I wanted her to be sitting down in a cafe. Oh! What game are you gonna live stream? Like, what are you planning? Guess I only thought I did. Princess, this is a matter of life and death. I definitely saw the defendant there, though, along with the body. There's no one else who could have done it. I remember all the other details correctly. The body's on the floor, the pool of the blood, and oh wait, whoopsie, I missed that one. You have to believe me.
Perhaps it'll be best if Her Highness revises her testimony.
No, that's not good. There's still not enough doubt to overturn this testimony. Let's get a bit quirky at... Clowns get a bit quirky. Why do I feel like I know that one? Okay, new testimony. What I actually saw. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. It's not okay. I was gonna... Hi, how are you, Gamer Sheep? I did not see the actual moment of the attack, but it had to have happened shortly before I went into the ranch house. Miss Malin and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. I mean...
See, not the actual crime being committed. Very well. Hopefully there's no issues in the testimony this time.
I'm glad that you're good. You know what, actually, how is everybody today? How are you all? What have you guys been up to? What are you doing today?
Cross-examination.
Naturally, Your Honor. Dagmeier still looks pretty angry, but he didn't expect such a blatant contradiction to pop up. If I could just find another one like that, the princess's testimony would become completely untrustworthy in the eyes of the judge. Okay, so where does this start? Okay, so it starts from the new stuff. I am watching and drinking. What you drinking? Embellishing the truth a little bit. I did not see the actual moment of the attack. So far, there's nothing in the court record that... okay. But it had to have happened shortly before I went into the ranch house. Again, nothing seems to be... Malin and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. Is that everything? I think I have to start pressing her on stuff to find any contradiction. That's a childhood photograph. That won't do anything. Maybe that? Because it'll show that Ingo was there. Okay, I'm gonna press this. I'm gonna press some stuff. How can you be so sure of that, Princess? Well, when I entered the ranch house, the victim still had the murder weapon embedded in his body.
What?
It is obvious what that means, is it not? The killer did not even have enough time to try to hide the weapon. Yes, I might have not seen the murder firsthand, but I must have been very close to doing so.
Oh my!
Nice! Congrats! don't be irresponsible with it. Remember, moderation is key. Also, if it's cold there, don't go outside and be like, oh wow, it's suddenly warm if you do drink a lot of alcohol. Stay bundled up. I was once a bartender. Like when I was younger, I was a bartender. And that's something no jokes like that. Please. I actually do know someone who died in a drunk driving accident, so I would prefer no drunk driving jokes. Anyway, what was it? Oh yeah, I was a...
Excuse me? Mommy? Sorry.
Okay, you didn't know. I was a bartender when I was younger, and one thing that we had to make sure of after, like, people were leaving or whatever, one, you know, check if they're okay to drive, kind of. It was a small bar, so, like, we did do that for our customers. But the other thing that we did was we had to make sure that they would actually put on, like, their coats and jackets when they left, because something with alcohol is it actually makes it so that if you drink enough, it's like your body warms itself up, and then you might not feel cold when you go outside, but your body is actually freezing. So if you're drinking and it's cold outside where you are, make sure to bundle up if you go outside after doing so. Make sure, otherwise you might get like frostbite or cold or sick in some other way, and we don't want that. Stay smart, stay bundled up.
Seems like a very important detail.
So, what is the temperature there?
I think it would be advisable for Her Highness to amend her testimony.
Certainly, Your Honor. Interesting. Dagmeier certainly doesn't look very happy about this development, does he? Thinking about it, I might just know why. Yeah. Stuck in the victim's body after all. Wait, hold on. Press.
Objection!
Put on a jacket. At least a jacket. Just like a nice jacket. Put on a nice jacket. Don't go out in a t-shirt. I believe I found another reason to doubt the witness's words. It seems the prosecution sees what I'm getting at here. There was a bloody cloth discovered at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has argued before that it was used to wipe the saw clean. This is Ace Attorney. This is the hero of law. It is an Ace Attorney game. A fan-made Ace Attorney game. So, I said what this was in the beginning, but for anyone who just got here, this is the hero of law. Yeah, please put on a jacket if you got. This is the hero of law. It is a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time ROM hack that turns the game into an Ace Attorney game. And I am actually really enjoying it. I think that this is really nice for them to do for a game. The team that worked on this ROM hack, The case is, and I'm going to go into the profiles for this. So Talon was found deceased. Talon, you probably know Talon, who's the owner of Lon Lon Ranch. Talon was found deceased in his home, and Malin was found next to his deceased body with a saw in her hand. So she was blamed for being the murderer. So Talon was killed, possibly by his daughter, who we're trying to defend. Yeah. And then we have the judge. We have, but basically with this, Malin is basically Maya from the Ace Attorney series. Like there are some like connections that we can draw here. Malin is basically Maya. The judge is the judge. Ganondorf is basically Miles Edgeworth, which means we will have a gay romance with him at some point. It's just gonna happen and we have to accept it. Then there's Impa, who's Detective Gumshoe. And then we've got Princess Zelda, who is currently on the stand testifying. But yeah. Objection! Yes! 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 And that actually pops up in this, and I love that. Okay. Close. If the princess saw the saw lodged into Talon's body and the crime scene was left intact, then it couldn't have been wiped! Well, Prosecutor Dragmeyer, care to explain?
Grr!
This is most perplexing. Your Highness, are you sure that's what you saw?
Objection! Well, maybe the princess decided to pull the saw out of the valiant yet futile pull the saw out in a valiant yet futile attempt to save the victim.
And then wiped the blade clean. That would be most like framing the defendant. Of course I did no such thing. I made sure the crime scene stayed intact. I guess I must have made up the memory about the saw sticking out of the Mr. Talon as well.
You idiotic girl!
Ah!
Do you even realize what you've done through your bumbling?
I'm sorry. I was just so excited to stand on as a witness in a court just this once. Whenever I try telling my father about anything, he always seems so disinterested. Just this once, I wanted to feel listened to. The defendant, it is clear that she did it. I just wanted to play a larger part in her capture. I'm sorry for the trouble I have caused you all.
Your Highness, the court is no place for your silly games. As it stands, I'm afraid we will have to strike your statement from the court record completely.
Yes! I did it! The prosecution lost their key witness. Yes. No! Please wait. I have more to say. I was wrong about the crime scene, but I still have not testified about what I saw afterwards.
Bah! Why would we care about that? It's best that you leave and stop damaging my case with your idiocracy.
Even if you are not interested in my words, you might be interested in the evidence I found.
What? Why didn't you submit this already?
Huh?
Evidence?
Of course. While the Sheikah force investigated inside the ranch house, I looked around the rest of the ranch on my own.
Sheikah, did you know about this?
Of course I did. You did?
I'll have your head for this.
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this, detective? Why? Oh, whoopsie! I accidentally went through that. Why have you withheld this from the court? It's quite simple. The princess specifically requested to present her findings on her own.
What? You agreed to this? This court is not playground where children decide what evidence should be presented just because they have a crown.
I'm going to get water soon, very soon. Oh my god, my throat is being ripped up by Dragmeyer. Thank you. Thank you. He's being rude about it, but I can't help but agree with Dragmire on this one. Also, I don't really buy this story. There's no way Impa would have allowed this. Believe me, I wasn't thrilled with the request either. However, after seeing the evidence in question, I didn't think it would be at all important to the case. Thus, I let the princess have her fun. This is highly, highly irregular. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Prosecutor?
Bah! Naturally, I object to the nonsense. If the detective thinks it's irrelevant, then this is probably just a waste of time. All the evidence points to the defendant. It's still clear she did it, even without a witness at the scene.
I see. Defense? What do we do? If we object to the presenting the evidence, then Dragmire loses his key witness. Plus, whatever the princess presents could be bad for our case, too. So we should... agree with the prosecution? Reminds me, maybe I should add my jambalaya recipe to the server. Yes, please! I actually would love to see that. Wait, what reminded you of your jambalaya, by the way? Wait. Well, on the other hand, we don't really have much to go on. This could be our only lead left. Ooh, please share.
Well, don't keep us waiting. Surely you won't throw away all the progress you've made thus far.
What do? Ignore the evidence? I'm going to request the evidence. It could harm the case, but at the same time, it might be the evidence that we need. I really hope this is the right choice. The defense requests that the evidence be presented.
What?
While I agree that the situation is irregular, we should still examine all the evidence available. It would be silly to dismiss it as irrelevant without even seeing what it is.
I do believe you have a point, defense. However, I must warn you. In order to admit this piece of evidence into the court record, the princess's statement that she found it must be admitted as testimony, along with everything else she might say.
Yes, Your Honor, I am well aware. The defense wishes to give the princess just one more chance.
For the idiotic! Order!
Very well then.
Your Highness, please testify once more about the new piece of evidence you found during your own investigation.
Thank you. I will not let you down this time, I promise. Princess should understand the gravity of the situation at hand now. I just hope that this new evidence isn't damaging to our case. My findings. I wish to express my heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in the earlier testimony. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant pass out in front of the victim, who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had stopped to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. And here it is. The oil bottle I found. Is something wrong? Oh no, this might actually be completely irrelevant.
Yes, well... Of course there is, foolish girl! That has nothing to do with anything. Your great finding in some random fire on a ranch, please. What's next? Are you going to declare every rake on the premise suspicious?
Well,
The prosecution will calm down.
this is bad. Your Honor, despite the fact that this evidence might not seem to add anything at the moment, the defense still asserts its right to cross-examination. Some straws have been grasped.
Objection! Why must you insist on this charade, defense? The princess has merely recounted the same view of the crime scene as the head detective. You haven't been able to find any contradictions in her statement.
I believe there might be a way to tie the princess's new evidence into the case.
Ridiculous!
I actually am going to very soon take a little stop to go get water. Oh my god. Please, water. Go to the straw. Oh god. I'm out of water. Okay. Oh.
Regardless of what the prosecution thinks, the defense does have a right to a cross-examination. The court admits the oil bottle into evidence.
Nice!
I just really hope this isn't a complete waste of time, defense.
So, okay.
Here's some of my drinks.
I don't really drink, but otherwise I would say thank you. If you've got some like orange juice there for like a mixer, I would love some.
Okay, I don't think either of these have anything to do with each other.
Wait, actually, hold up. hold up. I just thought about something. Wait! Oh my god, did I actually just think about it? Hold up. I just put a bunch of stuff together in my head. So, let me get up my my mouse here so we can point at stuff. So, you guys ready for this? What I think happened? So, we found out from Malin's testimony the reason why she had the saw and the reason why she had this is because there was damage to one of the fences and she was going to go fix it. But in the process of fixing it, she cut her own hand. What? And I had made a comment earlier about how in the ranch inventory, they said they only checked the stuff that was like sharp. So they checked like the rakes, the knives, the wood saws, the axes, like the scythes and stuff like that. Like they checked all the stuff that like, yes, this is the stuff that that would be sharp. That's what they checked. And I said, what if someone sharpened a broom and then stabbed someone with it? But I'm thinking I was only half right on that in my earlier assumption. I think that what happened was Ingo like broke off a piece of the fence, which was the piece that Malin found, the broken fence that Malin found. And then he took that broken piece, stabbed Talon with it, which is why the cuts were like so like why the cuts were like not exactly correctly shaped. And then he used the oil bottle to burn the evidence. So it looks like it was just a candle that burned, but really he got rid of the evidence, the murder weapon. I think I figured this out. Sorry, I'm also I'm dancing to that a bit now, but I think I figured this out. On that, I'm gonna be right back. I would definitively take you as my lawyer. Thank you. Okay, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on, hold on. Okay, okay. I'm putting this up really quickly now that I've had that. I'm getting some more water because Dragmire's the voice I chose for Dragmire, which is my own fault, absolutely rips apart my throat. So I'm gonna go get some water. You guys, if you guys need to like go to the bathroom, if you guys need to like get some water yourselves, if you guys need to like step away for a second, I'll be like, oh, please add your nuts to the nut pile while I'm gone, and I will be right back. Okay. Oh, and there's an ad that starts soon. We'll be back after the ad. Let me just put this down, and then I now have my water. Wait, is that? Hold on, I just realized I did water break. Water break. Break. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back. Hi. I'm like I got these freeze dried limes. Oh, okay. Have fun. Please don't drink too much. But have fun, have fun. Okay. That is I have these packs of freeze dried limes that I like to put into my water. Um and that's usually what I put in. Oh my god, this thing is squeaking. Um Shaking it up. Anyway, I usually do that because I like to put lime juice in my water. Hi, everybody. I'm back, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna have this. We're gonna let people, go get their waters. I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you guys. Um, I'm gonna get rid of the be right back because I am back, but we're still gonna have this up as a water break. So, how is everyone? How are you all doing today? What? Excuse me, I had a burp. What have you guys been up to? I have had kind of a nice day. I started, as I said earlier, I like started reading a new web comic, a new webtoon, and I'm so far I'm like kind of enjoying it. That's okay. You don't need it. Just get some water. Get some juice, and just enjoy the day. Going crazy trying to drop you're talking about Proxy, the one who has the mask, right? So really quick question, Proxy. Um some Juki water. Really quick question for what's under the mask for that. As like you've designed this character, Have you thought about what's under the mask? Like what the mouth looks like? Um, like any sort of ideas? One of the reasons why I'm asking is because, and let me see, I think this is the buttons. Yes. Oopsie. I gotta click off of that so you guys don't see my button combos. Anyway, um, ooh! So one of the reasons why I'm asking, for anyone who hasn't been on my channel for back when I did this, I used to have this mask on, and this is kind of like what I would do. This is like how I would talk to people, and I would always have a mask on instead of you guys seeing my mouth. And one of the reasons why I'm asking is because before I got rid of the mask, I actually had an idea. And my idea was this monster, like a monstrous mouth. Like I wasn't entirely sure what. One of my original ideas was maybe something like venom, where the more I open my mouth, just like it spreads across, but otherwise it looks kind of normal. Um, Maybe something that was more like an alien mouth, for like from Alien verse from like the Alien series. Yeah, I had a couple ideas. I knew that I wanted my mouth to be monstrous. I knew that I wanted something. I wanted something that I could like have like a long tongue or something, something that's like, like if someone walked up to you and took off their mask and showed you this, you'd be like, ah! You know what I mean? That's what I always had planned. I settled on the slit mouth, because I thought that would fit the steak aspect more. But that's like my whole thing where like until I actually had this. Ooh, let me see this. Let me see this. Hi Proxy. Oh, it's loading. Ah, that's cute. I like that. Also, is that like an emote that you're going to be having? That's cute. I like that emote. What do you mean frostbite? Is she supposed to be like undead or something, or is she supposed to be like a has-been character where she's like in heaven or hell and like it's like how she died? Sorry, just oh wait, let me see. Do I have any pictures of Proxy to like show you guys so that you guys can also know what we're talking about? If I scroll up in my chat with Proxy, who is one of my artists, I can see if I have any. Okay. What I do have that I could see so that you guys can see some of this. It's already an emote for Discord, and yes, she's technically undead. Oh, I didn't know that she was undead. Let me save this. Yeah, I can put that in, and then you guys can kind of see the character. Um, let's see. This one. Oh, wait. Oopsie. That's not what I meant to do. Where is a picture thing that I could do for this? Here we go. Downloads. This is what I have for her. So excuse that this is the only thing that I have. This is the oh whoops. This is what I have for the character that we're talking about, who is Proxy's OC. I can grab a ref lol because I believe I sent the ref. Oh yeah, you did. I think you sent to a refs, but this is the first thing that I found, which was your Vox card. Um, but so this is like her character. I didn't know that your character was supposed to be undead. That's pretty cool. So like, are you gonna make like the lips like purple or something, or like how were you thinking of doing it? Like is it blue, purple, maybe like a gray? Also with that, if she's undead, an honest question I have for you is for her skin tone, because you did make her decently pale. Um, but it's still like it could still be like a living skin color. Is that like makeup, or is it just like that is how pale she got when she died? I'm just curious. I like the design of the character, and I kind of like it more that you now have the fluff and everything. If she apparently died of like frostbite, like what you seem to have stated, or not stated, but you seem to imply. I like the fluff more, kind of like keeping herself warm while it's she's already dead, or like it shows like kind of like how she was when she died. I like it. I like it. I can appreciate the character a lot more with knowing that and like having seeing the designs that you put in. Um but anyway. Said I'm not allowed pick art for the apartment cuz what I picked for the bathroom. What did you pick for the bathroom? Hold on, let me take 50 years on explaining it. Lol, wait, I have a past proxy image. Okay, I'll wait. Hold on. We're having a yappa break. We're having a yappa break right now. Oh yeah, join the Discord. Sorry, I'm also doing a quick stretch. Oh, actually, I needed that. Oh, my shoulders feel much better. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, shit, I hope you guys didn't hear that. Anyway. But yeah, as I said, like I love design aspects that people actually that like people fully think about and whatnot. Um and it could be anything from like simple design aspects to like full on design aspects, such as I'm waiting for proxy here. And I'll see if Kermit posts in the Discord what's there. Posted the art, great. Where did you put? Oh, you posted it in art. That's a good place. I don't see why she said you can't choose any of the art for the apartment. That's fucking amazing. That is the best piece of art that I've ever seen. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I love design aspects to characters, and I like them no matter what. You really have for your character. Like for me, I'm going to say the most just want a perfect Squidward. Exactly. For me, for my character, my stuff that I love the most about my VTuber is DM'd it. Sweet. The stuff that I love most about my VTuber is like my mouth, my hair, and whatnot. Like the head. It's like everything that's like, hey, here's some really interesting stuff. And it grabs the attention. It grabs the attention of the viewer. One thing that I love about a lot of this stuff is my character, even though the outfit is kind of like, average. Um, I mean, I basically just have a t-shirt and shirts and a t-shirt and pants on with a jacket. Um, One thing that I like design wise about my own character and some others that I have seen from other people that I know who VTube is their whole thing is I want my character to dress like me. And that's what I did for Koro. How Koro dresses and whatnot is how I dress IRL. And that's part of the design for the character, and that's what I love about it. The aspects of the design for Koro, which was me putting myself into the character. Whether it's the long nails that I have, because I do have long nails, the glasses, the hair, because I have curly hair that at least when I was younger was red and now it's more of a brunette, but that's why it's fire hair and everything. I like that stuff is really cool too. And then also like having a whole backstory for a character and incorporating that stuff. It's Oh my. So wait, is that like old proxy? Oh, that's ice that's around her. Was she like found in a block of ice? Huh. I like it. I like it. I can definitely see that it's one of your older arts because your newer art is different in style and whatnot. But interesting. That's cool. Do you want me to show that on stream or do you want that to be like something that I don't show? Oh, so interesting. Interesting. So she's. Oh, yes, show? Okay, 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 okay. Download. Save. Cool. This one. And then we're gonna do this. So this is what Proxy showed as a previous image of their character. This is, I like this. This is kind. I like the. So I'm gonna make this larger so that we can all see it a bit better, especially those who are on like. I'm gonna move that down so that people can still see we're gonna yap a break. Um, but I like this. I like the ice that looks like it's around her to show like where she died. I like the tattoos that are there. The flower, because I don't know. There's something peaceful about this, which is fun fact. Most of this was added via Discord roleplay, so there's like lots more to the story, including her son, who has just been sacrificed. Oh, I kind of like though in this image how peaceful it looks like. If she was like sacrificed for something for the ice, like on the ice or whatever, I like how peaceful this image looks. It doesn't look like she suffered. It doesn't look like there's, you know, like this pain in her. Besides for a little bit between the eyes, it doesn't look like there was, you know, something horrible that happened. I like the peace in it. And then when you find like the story behind it, the sacrifice, the I'm guessing it wasn't by her own choice that she was killed and whatnot, and just this peaceful look to it, the opposite of what happened in a sense. It's nice. It's interesting seeming. It's got its own beauty to it. Anyway, but I like that. I like that. I like that. I like the designs and whatnot. The designs, how people think about the character, and I like the black lips that are on this one, which again show like what you were saying about the frostbite and whatnot. That is, and this is okay. I will say, hold on. Let me get up the Let me get up the other image. One sec. One sec. One sec. Uh, Downloads. This. We're gonna make that a little bit bigger and then put that over there. So this. Okay. Have a nice time out there, gamer sheep. Have fun. Thank you for stopping by. It unfortunately wasn't. It was actually her mother who did it because her family wasn't human from the start. Oh. But one thing that I like about a difference between these for oh for the difference between these two, you can look at the skin tone for her when she's like after the sacrifice versus now, and there is a difference. So is that actually a thing that she does where she changes her own skin tone? Because this definitely seems more dead, more pale, while the other one seems like it could be someone who's alive. So she like hide the fact that she's, well, undead. And also, right after I get an answer to that, we are moving on to the game because I have been sitting here with this Yappa break for a little while now, and I think people might want to get on with games. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay, back to the game. As I wait for an answer. This isn't a complete waste of time, Defense. For both your own sake and your clients. I hope it's not a waste of time either. Cross-examination. Yeah, well, also I was trying to find a drawing of Proxy's mother. I wish to express my most heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in earlier testimony. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. Okay, that seems correct. Stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah force started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. Okay. I'm gonna press that. Is there anything else in the room? Only the beautiful little crystal bottle I mentioned before. That was just rather barren. Most of our things are on the top floor, since the downstairs room is mostly used for ranch business these days. And the occasional game. Ah, of course! Dad's famous cocoa game! The good old days.
Is the defense done reminiscing? There will be plenty of time to do that when the defendant's behind bars.
I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that there's nothing to latch onto here. Okay. So there's nothing that this added. Nothing to press there. I don't see anything to press there either. Sheikah started investigating the crime. I decided to take... Why, I guess, is the question? I didn't just go home? The royal visitation was supposed to last a lot longer. Father was not expecting us back at the castle until much later. I came to the ranch to examine the horses, so I suppose I could at least do that in the meantime. How long did it take the Sheikah to arrive at the scene? It does not take very long to make the trip from Hyrule Castle to town to Lonlan Ranch. I cannot imagine it was more than 20 minutes. That is pretty fast. Although I imagine the fact that the princess was involved helped speed it up.
Slowpokes! I would be there in half that time, running backwards even. I suppose it's no surprise, though. Hylian horses are naturally inferior to our fine Gerudo steeds.
Wait, what is this? The Gerudo buy horses from our ranch too, you! Just don't bother, he's trying to rally you up. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I'm gonna... Please, what was the smell like? Oh, it was awful. A really terrible stench.
Surely you don't mean to say that you found the smell of horse manure suspicious.
Do not be ridiculous. The smell was not coming from the horses. Okay, press, I guess. I'm just trying to press everything. The fire, huh?
Now, let me remind you, Defense, that there was any number of reasons why a fire could have been there. You can still feel the cold grasp of death early in the morning.
Princess, How long would you estimate the fire had been out before you found it? Ah, right. There was still smoke rising out of the ashes, so it must have been put out recently. It's around the time of the crime.
Objection! So someone prepared their breakfast there. I repeat, this fire is irrelevant.
I think he's realized the same thing I did. Well, who was it? Who could have lit that fire anyway?
Would have to have been the ranch worker who was putting the milk shipments together at the time. It was almost certainly him. If you really want to ask about his little barbecue, you might just get your wish soon.
But that is... Without anything concrete to pin on him, he'll just be able to brush it off. Yes, but that is important. Right, and she allowed you to present it? Well, I was the one to find it, and since I was going to be to the trial anyway...
Utter ridiculousness.
Yes.
Please make this the last time you do something like this, Your Highness.
Proper procedures exist for a reason. Oh my god. I might lose my voice tomorrow. Yes, I understand. Do you have any idea why there would be a fire at the ranch that day? No, it is pretty odd. And there isn't... Then it sounds like it's definitely worth looking into. Although it'll be hard to link it to the crime in any way. In situations like these, getting as much info as possible is my best bet. Okay, but I pressed basically everything. Oh, not this! Okay, let's press that. I don't know. Did anything happen during that time? No, not that I recall. The guards did occasionally protest and ask me to let them take over, but I held my stance.
Well, commendable in theory. Staying in the same room as a dangerous killer isn't very wise. What if she woke up and lashed out at you?
Sweet Hylia up above. That thought did not occur to me.
Bah! Of course not. Foolish girl!
But the guard did stand close by. I would have been safe.
Wonderful to see how much faith our princess has in our royal guard.
Yes, of course I do. In any case. And then I think I've pressed everything, right? I've pressed everything... except for... Except for that. Sorry for the yap I sent to you and DM Salt. No, you're fine. I'm happy when people yap to me. So, okay, what do we have as evidence? So, out of the profiles, we don't have the other guy yet, so we can't present him as evidence. Probably could have been worded better. No, you're fine. Absolutely fine. I guess the oil bottle I could present at some point? Entrance of the house... wait. Hold on. I saw the friend pass out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. I don't see anything here. Maybe? Okay. This. Okay, so that... Cool, okay, so that wasn't it. The reason why I was thinking that is because the court record shows that he died of blood loss no later than 8 a.m., but she was saying he was the victim who was bleeding out at the time, which she arrived after 8 a.m., so he would have already died. But I guess that isn't necessarily a contradiction, because... Okay. She started investigating the crime scene. I decided to take a look around the ranch. I was walking near the silo. I noticed a strong odor in the air. I just stopped to see where it was coming from. A small, nearly empty bottle of an oil lamp. I don't have, like... Wait. The oil bottle isn't in here. I don't think that's something to contradict her on, but it's interesting. I don't think there's anything else I can do here. Any idea what, why they're... Okay, so this then goes to this. This was the best bet. I already pressed her on everything. Let's see, stood a guard, yes. Stood out in front of the victim who is bleeding out. Okay, but that... I don't have anything that I can say there because I tried the only thing that I could think of for that, which was the fact that he didn't die. He died before 8 a.m. She arrived after 8 a.m. That was nothing. Entrance of the ranch house into the sheik of... Okay. Nothing there. Crime scene. I decided to take a look around the ranch. Again, nothing I could do there. Walking near the silo, I stopped. Is... Maybe... Maybe. I'm thinking maybe one of the reasons why the odor was so foul is maybe the murder weapon got some, like, perfume on it. And then due to that, the perfume mixed with the oil made a foul odor. That's kind of what I'm thinking for this. But I can't think of anything specifically to press her on. There's no silo in this picture either, so that doesn't help me. 2, 3, go balds in a trench coat. Do, 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 do. I... Okay. Maybe? No, okay. Hold on. No. Nope. Okay. I got 3 more lives. Wait, cage time! You can have cage time if you so wish. I can pop you in there. Get over here. There you go. Popped in. There you go. Have fun in there. Okay. I will consult. I don't really see anything wrong in this testimony. Yeah, I think the princess is finally telling the truth this time. Perhaps I should just press all the statements I can and see what happens. Okay, I guess I just have to press the first one? I didn't think that there was anything I could do here.
There's no need to press the princess on her apology. You already wasted the chance to throw out her testimony.
Okay, yikes. That is enough. Ah, okay, so it was. I just literally had to press every single statement. Find the connection between this fire and the crime at all? No, I suppose not, Your Honor.
Naturally, I've said this was a waste of time from the beginning.
In that case, this cross-examination is over.
Thank you so much for your time, Your Highness. I assume you have more revelations to share with us? No more revelations to share with us?
No, I don't. I really thought the fire would be important.
Leave my sight!
Enough. Your Highness, you'd allow me to escort you back to Hyrule Castle? Very well.
Now that the princess's little game is over, we should move this along. Prosecution's stance is still the same, of course. We maintain that the evidence on its own is enough to convict the defendant.
I don't believe I am nearly ready to hand down my verdict. Objection! But Your Honor, there's nothing that definitively shows that Malin committed the crime. This is all circumstantial. There's no way she could kill her own father.
Ah, that is an excellent point, defense. The prosecution has yet to elaborate on the defendant's motive. But patricide is not something a person commits lightly. Bah! I did briefly touch on the subject during my opening statement, but naturally, the prosecution is fully prepared to elaborate on the matter. I would like to call my third witness.
That has to be that ranch worker.
Before calling him in, though, the prosecution requests a brief recess to prepare.
I thought you said you were already prepared. Maybe he wants to double check that his new witness won't pull anything weird like the princess did.
Very well. I do believe a break would benefit us all. The court will reconvene after a 15-minute recess. Court adjourned.
Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. It's not going that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue. Ugh, I can't believe she'd make stuff up like that. Yeah, that was... slime chips? My god, can I have some? I love limes. That was surprising. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Oh, whoopsie. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. Yay! Thank you. You've really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know? I have? If you listen carefully, you just might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. Ah! He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do? What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire? I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant?
Don't get me wrong, at present I am convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I am willing to explore every possibility. The fire is definitely a bit strange, and dare say it may be your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he is the only one who could have lit that fire. If he is hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. The thing is, the testimony about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. There's not. That's pretty much all that we've got. Oh, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing, you, ranch girl.
Me?
Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I am sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind.
You know the road to the Dark Realm is paved with those, right?
Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she will live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly.
Ooh.
That's right.
That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn princess, Zelda.
Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day.
And yet, no one knows what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories ran amok. People blaming the royal guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself.
The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of trouble on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle.
Princess's conduct today. Wait, hold on. So... Wait. Okay, so the royal family named their firstborn daughter Zelda, and then they had a second daughter, and they're like, in case anything happens to the other one, you're also Zelda. Oh, so this is not... Okay, I get why she is then 14, while you expect us and Malin to be 27. Because she is the younger sister, not the Zelda that we know it from the games. Got it.
Conduct today probably won't help with the distrust some people have of the crown right now, though.
Damn, Shuad, I know.
She's wise beyond her years. She will learn and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy, whatever comes of this trial. She does not need more than she already has.
Wow, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa get so emotional. I guess all this is why she decided to take the blame for the princess's impromptu investigation.
Detective Impa!
What is it, soldier? I am quite busy at the moment, so please be quick.
The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address? They're asking you to come over to see it.
Oh, those idiots. I don't have the time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess back to the castle.
Roger!
That did remind me, though. I took this bottle of milk from the couple guards who were slacking on their job earlier. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry, it's still unopened. Oh? Thank you. That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you excuse me. Why are you so happy? Sigh. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. Huh? Lost its flavor? But Lon Lon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nervous? Let me try some. Huh. You're right. I assume this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments. Oh! Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so maybe it just isn't fresh? No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? This was all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? I think there's something odd going on. I better make some notes about this in the court record. I think that that's going to be important because it shows like, yes, these crates were supposed to have were apparently prepared by Ingo today. They were not. Not at all. Solution approaching. Yes. Yay! We got our hearts back. Ugh. Okay. This is about what I expected for stream time. I think after this, this game is basically over. I think there's only one case in this. So... it is actually very important. Because he was like, no, I prepared all the shipments today. But if one of the shipments is shown to be from yesterday. Sorry, I got a little ADHD distracted. But if one of the shipments is shown to have actually been from yesterday, that proves that he didn't actually do them all, and that he just prepared them so that it would look like he did everything, but really it was all done the day before.
Naturally, I have personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around.
Hopefully his ears are intact.
As we discussed before the recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder, only one matter remains. The matter of motive.
My god, I'm hiccuping today. Anyway, give me 1 sec.
For naturally, such a heinous crime couldn't be the result of mere happenstance. The prosecution believes the defendant has a deep desire that pushed her to patricide. Our next witness can shed light on the matter.
Fascinating. Oh, whoopsie.
Fascinating.
Nope.
Fascinating. Very well, please proceed. The prosecution calls the ranch worker Ingo to the stand.
Yes, he looks trustworthy. Ha, it's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he's almost always just wears his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court and wouldn't want to get his nice outfit dirty by working in it.
Quiet, defense! Witness, state your name and occupation.
Oh, Your Honor, a great honorable prosecutor. My name is Ingo, if I mind Lon Lon Ranch.
Mind? What does that entail exactly?
Ha! I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders.
How long have you been working at the ranch?
It'll be several years at this point. Oh, wiggle, 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 wiggle for how my mustache and eyebrows move. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have been preserved throughout all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times. Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch silos single-handedly. Whoa, that's some dedication.
Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, are you privy to some inside information in that correct?
Oh, why, yeah, yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. Oh, yeah, 100%. I am, before he even came out here, I was, it has to be him. Ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly. He used to say that we're like a big family. That sounds lovely. That sounds like a red flag that you're gonna be getting loads of unpaid overtime. I kind of agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. If you ever get a job and the job is like, we're like a big family here, expect a bunch of unpaid overtime, or like them to guilt you into it because they're like, look, we're like family. That means you work for us like a family. You help us out for free. And you go, no.
Evidently, not even.
He smells like he just murdered someone before 8 a.m. Yes, I kind of agree. He does. Yeah, you know what? I get that smell off of him too. And some like oil a little bit, like he just did like he just lit a fire somewhere. And like I don't know. That's the smells I get from him.
Evidently, not every member of your so-called family felt the same way, though, did they?
It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, honorable court of law! Okay, his voice is actually a lot better on my throat than Ganondorf's. The matter of motive. Taking a drink from Ganon's voice. Just a couple of days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Look at my eyebrows. Oh my god. It smells like delicious blood! Talon became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. Wait, words didn't word! As long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. It's appalling now. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her. Oh my god, my ears popped doing that. Oh my god, how did I do that? You know, like when you're on like a plane and like it's descending or ascending and your ears pop? Apparently somehow that voice did that. That felt weird.
And there you have it, testimony from a man who just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence. We have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime, and now we have a motive.
Objection! How do we know he's telling the truth?
Bah! I have of course verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the Castletown notary office to be considered valid.
Press X to doubt on Ingo. Yes, exactly.
I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the Lon Lon Ranch inheritance document into evidence.
Thank you. Mr. Ingo, why would you...
You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing.
Objection! I'd like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you'd like. I, the hard-working Ingo, can handle it.
Very well, defense. Please begin. Cross-examination! I love this artwork that they've also done. Because, so, here's the, I just want to say, the artwork of the two people, like, just there, like, where they're, you know, Link and Ganon, like, glaring at each other. And I believe the artwork for, like, this stuff, I don't think this was originally in the game. Maybe not? I feel like it wasn't. I don't think there was anything like this stuff in the game before. So I think this was, like, people added, also, that, I don't know, that's the face of a killer. That's the face of a murderer right there. That's just a sweet person. She looks fine. Anyway. Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin. Press. How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days. I am not sure of the exact date. Had it been planned for a long time? Talon was getting on in years. Better to take care of the matter sooner than later, eh? Malin? He is telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partly, witness? Talon became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. I'm pressing everything. I want to learn more. So Malin hadn't become the ranch owner yet. Well, of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds recently? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes the moment ownership signed to them. Talon was no fool. I myself convinced him that it was the safer option. If the girl was up to some chicanery, he could always revert his decision. That's horrible. I'd never do that. As much as I'd like to believe that, you did much worse by killing him. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and they pull a stunt like this as soon as you give them an inch over yourself. I must concur, the younger generation is horrible.
Why did he look at me while saying that?
Anyway, what that meant was...
As long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the... Also, I want to check the court records really quickly. Ranch, if she is unable to oversee it, divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. But there are no other employees, it's just him. Okay, I'm gonna press everything. But why would Malin want to sell the ranch right now?
Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty little girl like her want to work on some dingy ranch? She'd have it much better if she sold the old place and used the money to move to Castletown.
That's not true. I love working with the animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything.
Why?
Wah! Waluigi! Anyway, sorry. That. Or sorry.
Wah! Wario lives forever!
Anyway, sorry. Wah!
She's often slacking on the job while I, the hardworking Ingo, have to cover for her. I guess the Deku...
Sorry, he's projecting! Oh no!
I guess the Deku nut doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. But Talon loved to sleep on the job too.
I agree, I think he's projecting. Well, he is a hard worker, we know that much, because it was said that he made the silo. It could be that he viewed them as slackers because they were working with the animals while he was off building stuff and doing like if you're building a shack or if you're patching up like walls or whatever, It's like a physical thing that you can see changing. So maybe to him, the fact that he wouldn't see anything because, like, you know, the crates would be taken away and whatnot, to him made it seem like they weren't really working that hard. I do know that there is sometimes a disconnect because between people who, like, they physically make something and, like, digitally or physically, and then, like, it's something that gets consumed later, and it's seen as, like, less to one group or the other. So it could be that as well.
Oh, I do recall a quite funny story about the Lon Lon Ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. The gods couldn't wake him, took a particularly vocal cuckoo apparently.
Ah, jeez.
Well, there you go. I'm the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hardworking Ingo!
Link, that's not true at all. Oh wait, whoopsie, sorry. Link, that's not true at all. I know, but how do I stop this?
It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind.
Do you really think Malon would go that far?
Humph! I don't want to think it, but clearly the evidence speaks for themselves, don't they?
Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then?
Talon was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her!
That's alright. Well, if Malon didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? As Talon's only child, she'd still inherit the ranch.
Muhaha!
Muhaha? Hold on, I could do that a little bit better.
Muhaha! That's where you're wrong! For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal guard. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now.
Is that true? Yes. Father previously inheritance document did work that way.
How admirable. I guess familial bonds won over his drive to help the kingdom. Truly a shame.
Yes, naturally the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time.
I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we?
Objection! Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like the witness to explain. Why would Malon have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitation specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You'd think she would have chosen any other day.
Oh, did I forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He was telling her he'd change his mind again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to the castle town to change the inheritance back to the original split.
What? Is that true?
Despite the victim's wishy-washiness, it would appear he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, the defendant wanted to get the ranch. She had no time to waste that day.
Is this true too? Absolutely not. Father wasn't planning to do that, and there's no argument either. What to do about this argument? I'm gonna say add it. Add it to the testimony. Because it's definitely something that... There was an argument about the inheritance? That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requests it to be added to the testimony.
Very well, witness, please do so.
Humph. I'd be happy to, Your Honor. I overheard them arguing about the inheritance that morning.
Press. But what time did this happen?
First thing in the morning. I was heading out to the silo to start the day's work. I had just walked out the front door of the ranch house when I heard some yelling erupt behind me.
Do you remember any specifics about what was said?
Oh yes, it surprised me enough that I stopped to listen for a moment. It was all like, I'm really sorry, Malin. That's the most important thing is to make sure the king will always have a steady supply of quality horses. I don't care, but what about me, father? How could you do this to me? Malin, this isn't just about you. It's for the good of the entire kingdom. But what am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life if I'm stuck on this dump of a ranch forever. I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals are here, and Ingo's always around to help out with the chores. Too, he's pretty great, isn't he? Yeah, Ingo's awesome, but I still hate you for this. This isn't over.
Yep, this all sounds, accurate.
What a stirring reenactment. I will keep my thoughts on the witness's acting skills to myself.
There's no way this actually happened, though. Malin would never want to sell the ranch.
Objection! Of course she'd say that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder. We can't trust a thing she says.
Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now. That's unfortunately what matters. Do I have anything in the court record that could refute this story?
If you ask me, this whole inheritance issue could have been avoided if the crown wasn't so soft. In the Gerudo Desert, there would be no question that the fortress mice may seize whatever it desires.
It's just messed up.
No matter, continue your testimony, farmhand. Share with us the true nature of the defendant.
It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her. No, you hold it. That man gave everything for her. She's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at the golden necklace that she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Wait! It's horrible! Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable.
The last statement. Add it to the testimony! Add it to the testimony! Defense wishes to add the statement about the perfume to the testimony.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes.
Bah! What are you doing, trying to implicate the defendant even harder?
I think it's an important detail.
The perfume is irrelevant. But I suppose the prosecution has no objection to strengthening our case.
Very well, witness. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to the testimony. Press this, and then we have the perfume to go against him. Because how did he see the perfume? Lying around the ranch.
I think it was just lying around the round house. Talon probably intended to give it to Malin on the day he was killed.
Do you mean this witness?
Why, yes, that's exactly it. Looks very expensive. If only Talon had spent as much on his salary for me, the hardworking Ingo. I get up and leave to do work at the break of dawn every day, you know?
What's your relationship with this guy anyway?
Well,
He's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really.
you know, I don't think he's ever skipped a day of work thinking about it.
Not a single one? Talk about dedication. But even so, something is very much off here. Sir, he is cracking! Okay, I got this. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This part, while nothing else is necessarily like I can't use the photo to be like, ha, look, they had a great relationship when she was younger. Oh my god. What I can do is this. This was bought just before the crime. Hold on. I gotta turn on a light in here because it is starting to get dark and my tracking is losing me. I think I've talked about this before, I usually use the light of the sun, but, I don't have that. I don't have that anymore. What's up, Stinky? Okay, so with this, I can present the perfume. Objection. Witness.
What is it?
Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought for Malin by her father, correct?
What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes far from it.
Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, is that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? Your Honor, no. This bottle of perfume was bought for the princess.
Objection! So what's defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what is the purpose of this bottle change?
Yes, defense, I admit I am confused as well. Please explain why this point is important.
But also, hi, Stinky! What is up? How are you today?
Earlier in the trial, Malin mentioned that Talon bought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malin?
It sure is.
We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making this visitation. Father quickly rode out into town to get a new gift. One thing into question. I'm glad. I am doing wonderfully. I'm really enjoying this ROM hack. Somebody's movements, I'm gonna say. Somebody's moves around the ranch are put into serious doubt.
Someone's? Well, don't keep us waiting then, defense. Who is this person?
Naturally, the person whose movements became suspect is... Ingo! Take that! The witness himself. If you recall, the bottle of perfume which had just been purchased was found at the crime scene. A crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. He shouldn't have known about the bottle.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Buddy, you are freaking the fuck out.
Order, order!
Defense raises a very valid point.
You simpleton! What is the meaning of this?
Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point?
No, of course I didn't. I was working in the silo all day. I remember, I saw the gift the day before the crime. The girl is lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before.
You're the... Oh my god, I need some water. Switching between all these voices. Oh my god. Hold on. Anyway, sorry about that. You're the one who's lying. Wait, sorry. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day.
One word against another's. Defense? Do you have any way to prove that your version of the events is true?
Ask at the store, find the receipt. Let's see, we could find the receipt. But I don't think that there's anything in this that ever has that. We have the milk shipment return. Miss address, Lon Ranch. So let's see. We could but the smell of the perfume wouldn't matter, because perfume's good for a while. Okay, what is he asking? In order to prove the version of your fence. Court record. This is from the day before? So there was no receipt. So maybe. Hi, Sal! How are you? Good morning! What is up? How are you this fine morning over there in Australia? You good? You hanging out with the kiddo? Or do you have them out of the house because you want time for yourself? Anyway, I'm trying to think. Let me find the receipt. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt. The receipt always shows the date of purchase. Now that I've got you up on my second screen. Oh! Thank you. We got the in-laws coming over today for lunch. Oh! Is that a yay, or is that a... ugh? Or is that a... you know, they're people. They're there. We're gonna have a chat, and that's about it. It's a yay? Awesome! You never know when people have, like, the bad in-laws and when they have, like, the great fucking in-laws. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt. And the receipt always shows the date of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. Say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws away receipts. Never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume one should be right on top.
I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for the receipt.
I'm glad you have amazing in-laws. I think whoever, anyone I'm with would have, in-laws. Anyway. Your Honor. Your Honor. No, whoopsie.
Your Honor.
Yes, what is it, soldier? Yeah!
We have just received the receipt from the team stationed at the crime scene.
Very well. No, whoopsie. Sorry, whoopsie.
Very well. Thank you. I shall now read it out.
There's a lot writing on this.
From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. Oh, yes. I think I've seen that store. It's that eccentric-looking place in the back alley. You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's another eyesore. The gall of this nobody running a monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous. Perhaps, but back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead! Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Prosecutor! In the balloons! Oh, the balloons! A balloon killed my father. Anyway, that fool popped one right in my face.
Jesus Christ. Ganondorf really hates balloons.
Prosecutor Dragmire, enough! Continuing on. Purchased item, 1 bottle of rosy rupee land. Oh my, this is quite the price. Why I would have to...
Your Honor, please, the date of the purchase.
Ah, yes, right. Date of purchase. Why, it's March 16th, the day of the murder!
Go!
Order!
Yes, we got him. Phew, I think we're finally getting somewhere.
Bah! This still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then.
Oh. Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then.
Oh, come on! Oh no, Pinchies. I'm sorry. Do you like all my voices? They're gonna destroy my throat. I have D&D tomorrow, and I will not be able to talk. Already, my throat's kind of getting to that point. I'm sorry for all of my D&D players. Oh, come on. You think you're gonna believe that?
Do you have any proof that he didn't?
Oh,
I believe this calls for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day.
Ha! My movements. Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though.
Who checked their Steam notifications after they are done with his trial? Who's about to sound like me? Fuck yeah, I am. Is it from all the... I've got like some I've got some like honey here, which I'm probably gonna like have a little bit of after this to like soothe my throat. This next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. I will check. They might have something to check on their Steam. Who knows? I don't know. Oh my! I will have to check at... I don't think I have Steam up right now. I will actually have to check up that after stream.
As already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there the courier came.
Nar!
I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then.
Live reaction. Oh, okay, hold on. Search. Where's my Steam? There's my Steam. Getting this up.
What is this? I have 3 new items in my... Ooh, wait, what is this? Ready or Not is on sale. Ooh, oh my. Hold on. Pending...
Thank you! Yes! Yes! Now I have the hit game Escape from Duckov, which I will have to be playing on stream. I was debating on getting that soon. Accept the gift. Thank you, Moni. Thank you for Escape from Duckov. Play it now? Yes! Fuck all this. I'm going to go play the duck game.
I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. And wow, was that detective one fine woman.
Recent game added on wishlist? Yes. Because I saw it and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I get to play as a duck and run around killing people? Fucking perfect.
See, I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat! Eat them! I will lift them up onto the table and salt them for you. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I'll pass. There's something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. Okay. Let's see. The testimony. Cross-examination. I love the artwork in this. It's actually really nice.
As was already stated, I had volunteered to work on the silo.
We're just gonna press everything. What were you doing?
Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We sent out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know.
Milk bars?
Naturally, everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I hear some other water there's down. Despicable.
I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though.
Indeed. Talon and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitation was happening that day, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied. So I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the murder, I got scared that the Sheikah Force investigation would delay the shipment, and that I, the great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine.
Yeah, and you were so concerned with sending it off quickly that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it.
Bah, you Hylians. Ridiculous. Getting tipsy from something like milk. But you couldn't handle even a sip of the Gerudo's noble, pure pursuit, a real man's drink.
Real man's drink? Aren't most of the Gerudo women? Yes, they are. All of them besides one, which is Ganondorf. Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water.
Yes, of course. Moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, you see. I got very thirsty and... At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water.
I don't see anything that's contradicting yet. Maybe this eventually, but I don't think I have anything to, like, specifically say that with. And the Lon milk, maybe, because he was so pressed at getting the proper ones out. You didn't think to just take a sip of the milk you were handling?
No! It wouldn't be right. That milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble.
A truly honest man. How dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace?
Right. So what did you see at the house?
Nothing much. I got my drink and left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. It was there on the table plain as day. Moo-ha-ha!
Right. What happened after that, witness?
I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came.
And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own?
Bah! You don't know the might of the great Ingo! Hut! Ya! How! Wham! I got things done in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and all so heavy. It was like a puzzle in there. Anyway, that's not important. The point is...
Wait, but they were in the house, weren't they? Wait. Left the ranch a little while after the crime. But Okay, I'm gonna press this. I'm gonna press more things just to get all the information. Are you sure?
Sure as can be, Muaha!
You never went back in, even after the crime was discovered?
Bah! They wouldn't let me in! Preserving the crime scene or some such, I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible!
Is this what he said? It is important. Your Honor, I would like the witness to add his last statement to his testimony.
What? What are you trying to pull now?
Very well. Witness, please amend your statement.
Yeah, fine, whatever. I didn't even get to sleep or access any of my belongings. I had to spend the night in the stables.
Okay. But shouldn't he have still done it? Wouldn't it make sense for him not to do so, especially since it wasn't his task? The fact that the milk could have tasted horrible and not. What did they say? Almost tasteless? He could have potentially harmed the farm by doing so. It's just throwing things at the wall. Well, okay. I think the taste of the milk is important. Him saying like, oh, I had to get it out is important. Because if we look, this milk was part of this shipment, which was one of the shipments that was sent out today. Well, the day of the murder. It was one of the shipments that was sent out the day of the murder, but the Lon milk that we got that was returned was from a previous day. And then if the other thing that I'm thinking about is the milk shipments. If you remember from the opening cutscene, they were in the room with Malin and Talon. You might not have been here for that, but they were in the same room. But if they were in the same room and he never went back, how could they have been in that room? Huh? That or I'm wrong, they weren't in that room, but it looked, from the beginning, it looked like they were in that room.
Didn't even get a chance to sleep or access.
Okay, press. Couldn't you have stayed at an inn?
Bah! What am I, made of money? Think, boy. I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. Phew, you lawyers always flaunting your wealth.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Also, I'm glad that you guys are kind of enjoying. I love these games for the theorizing that you can do on who did it. So what I'm gonna start doing. So today was kind of like, hey, I'm having a little joke of a thing because we're playing Hero of Law, and it's like Ace Attorney, but Legend of Zelda, and I'm having fun with it. But I think I might do like now every other week I'm going to do Ace Attorney, because I'm having a lot of fun with this. Right, sorry. Not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing.
At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, was that detective a one fine woman.
Could you elaborate?
She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love?
That's... Okay. Wow, he really seems smitten with her. Why did I do that voice for her? Wow, he really seems smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it.
Perhaps when this sure of a trial is over, I could, but no, I will have to wait. You thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker Ingo? See through your schemes.
Story, huh? Yeah. It was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. I can hardly believe that this is the same Ingo that I know. He's usually so nice. Sorry, I had to like fix that. Ugh, my throat's... Anyway, it's time to press more details. He's sure to slip up somewhere. It has to be a piece of evidence or a profile waiting to disprove what he's saying. Okay, so... Okay. Let's go through this again. So, as was already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. A silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. Maybe this? That might not be any. Yeah, that was nothing. Ranch worker couldn't concoct a flawless story. That's not what I meant. Okay. No, this was meaningless. Okay, got it. Maybe this? And I can distract him with Impa? No. Fuck, okay. Okay, that's not it. Okay. See, let's consult. Even try to return to the ranch house if he knew there'd be a murder there. Well, I don't imagine he had any other place to sleep. Father let him move in with us when he was hired, so he wouldn't have to spend money on rent. Surely he didn't expect to be able to sleep at an active crime investigation scene, though. Well, it's not just that. All of Mr. Ingo's belongings are at the house. All of them, huh? It would be so easy to prove he went back to the scene if he just had something on him right now that he shouldn't. Maybe I should check his profile. Oh! Oh! Okay, so it wasn't Impa that I want. It's his own profile. Okay, got it. I kind of like the consult. Let's see. Let's see. Has all since then. So I'm thinking I didn't get to sleep or access any of my belongings, and then I can present with his own profile with the fact that he's usually in work clothes. Witness, there's something seriously wrong with your testimony.
Well, what? What are you talking about?
You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? A ranch house you were not allowed to go in.
That's right?
Well, that would imply you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well dressed for court. Can't imagine he would want to sully those clothes during work. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Gah! Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new, yeah. On my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't very well show up to court dressed like a bum.
But didn't you say that you had no money?
Yes, defense, certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and show up dressed appropriately.
What's that supposed to mean? It's my finest Zora suit. So you claim that you bought those clothes after the crime, is that correct?
Yes, very much so. This morning, in fact. Why do I need to repeat myself?
No. You buying those clothes today is simply impossible.
Well, what?
Oh, how can you claim so? Defense, as you know, evidence is everything in this court. Either prove the witness couldn't have bought the clothes today, or get out.
Hold on. This doesn't have anything for it, like, it doesn't have his, No. Profiles. Case rescuers assigned to the case route to others. Okay, I don't think it's the profiles. Autopsy report I don't think has anything to do here. Neither does the saw. Ranch inventory I don't think will come into play yet. Okay. Inheritance document. Well, wouldn't the proof be... Hold on. Wouldn't the proof be that he wouldn't have had his own funds with him? I'm trying to think. What proves that he couldn't have done it today? Smarmy man who works on the ranch, usually in his work clothes, but he's dressed up nicely for court. I doubt it's... We just show them the same piece of evidence. That doesn't seem right. I don't think any of the profiles are going to help. I think I can fully determine that. But what proves that he couldn't have done it before court? Not the autopsy report. The ranch inventory is, I mean, the date is March 15th. That doesn't really help us. Left the crime, blood covered cloth, perfume, oil bottle. Just couldn't have bought these clothes today or get out. Milk shipments was returned to the ranch address. One. It seems strangely tasteless. Anyone have any ideas for this one? So it doesn't prove that he couldn't have, because he could have done the shipments. Either prove the witness couldn't have bought the clothes today or get out. Can I check the... No, I can't. I would think, I know that we can't use statements in this game, which is why I'm like kind of confused. This is like not proven. Oh my god! Oh my god! Her stupid photo! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait! Wait! From the beginning of the game! Oh my god, that actually played a part! Ah. Why, this is one lovely photograph. Pictograph. Reminds me of the idyllic days I spent... Objection! What about the pictograph defense? Well, just look at what Indigo is wearing. The pictograph is from Malon's childhood, but Indigo is very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. He couldn't have bought it today! Go! Bop, bop, bop. Order! I will have order!
Why, the defense is absolutely correct. I hope the witness has a good explanation for this.
Go.
There. I think we finally got him. There's no way he can weasel out this time.
Objection!
Oh, unless someone weasels out for him.
But isn't it obvious? Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. He brought them to the silo in advance so that...
Oh. Ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Yes, of course. I needed to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom.
Objection! Wait a minute, this is insane. What kind of kangaroo court is this? Prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot. Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you won't accept this blatant perjury.
Accept it, Judge. There can be no other explanation.
Prosecution's explanation does seem plausible. What? However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself, instead made up a lie about buying the clothes is indeed very suspicious. Defense? Prosecution has posed that there is no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternative version of events? This is big. I really need to think this through. What is this? Hugo's acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony to conceal his real movements. Oh my god, I love this! Why would he be doing that? Ingo is the murderer. If it's not Malin, Ingo is the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did. If I want to think Malin is innocent, with that in mind, why would Ingo change out of his work clothes? What happened to make it necessary? Talon's blood got on them! Who were eaten by a cow? No, I don't think so. When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them! He had to change into something else to hide his involvement. Then, wouldn't the Sheikah Force have found the clothes in the house? How could they have disappeared? They were thrown into the fire! I kind of love this. And the 3 points that I made are the goddesses for the Triforce. Oh my god, I love this. This is so amazing. This is peak. Anyway, Ingo burned his clothes. That's it. This explains everything. Oh my god, I'm getting food after this. I am hungry as fuck. I believe I can offer an alternative explanation.
Objection! Nonsense! Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. I call for a quick ruling.
Objection! And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of the murder.
No!
It's simple. The reason he had to swap his outfit and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since is because it got stained with the victim's blood.
Preposterous! If there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah Force would have found them and would be trying to find someone else for murder right now.
Why are you absolutely you're absolutely correct, prosecutor?
Huh?
Naturally, Ingos couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. And so he used this to dispose of them. Oil bottle. Take that. Your Honor, just cast your mind to the princess's last testimony.
The princess's... Ah! The mysterious fire! Objection! Surely you jest. You yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was.
And yet, with the new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. An empty bottle of lamp oil found by a burned out fire? Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, how about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon, and then tried to hide it!
This is... No! Hold on! What drive are you spouting? What drivel are you spouting here? Me kill Talon? You already know that's impossible.
Do we? Witness testimony. Too busy for murder.
Everything you've said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo.
This is my longest stream I've had in a while.
Now, I shouldn't have to remind you, Defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipment in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous!
That's right. The great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient.
No, it had to have been. I'm sure of it. There must be some trick at play, some kind of shortcut. I must find it. Oh.
Cross-examination! Everything you've said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. Press. Hold it.
Surely my scenario is more plausible at this point than these panicked attempts to fix your story.
What's more plausible isn't for you to decide, Defense. It's the judge that makes the final call, and as long as this alibi stands, I can't imagine him siding with you.
Yes, all of the loose ends have been tied up before a decision can be made. Witness, please continue. Okay, so that has nothing to press on.
I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it.
Okay, pressing everything. Could you explain what that alibi is again?
With pleasure. At the time of the crime, I was busy preparing that day's shipments of milk. That's hard work. I barely even had enough time to get them done before the courier came to take them.
The shipments were inspected by the Sheikah force as they were leaving the ranch. And as our resident detective has told us, they were found to be fully loaded with bottles of milk.
That's right! The Sheikah force itself has vouched for me. There's no way I could be the culprit.
Oh, I disagree. There has to be a way. There must be!
There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement.
Would it really have taken that long to murder someone and burn the clothes?
It would have taken long enough to definitely make the scheme infeasible.
Completing those shipments is a rather involved process. You have to milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, put them into crates, and load them into a wagon. I love working with the cows, but that part takes the longest because you only get a little at a time. So, as Mr. Ingo said, the whole thing really does take a while. Father and I usually have to work together to get it done in time for the courier's arrival.
There you go, Defense. Your client knows this is the unshakable truth.
Okay, so there's no way he could have completed the shipments and also do the killing. In that case, there had to be some way for him to finish the work faster. You just have to find it. Wait! I just realized something. I thought the milk was from a previous day, which is why it tasted bad. But that doesn't necessarily make sense. It's not that it tastes bad because of that. It's because he watered down all the milk so that he could like have a little bit of milk and then just put it all in. So we could get the shipment done in time. Ah. What'd you have for breakfast? Time to kill someone?
Yes, of course. The breakfast was cooking while I kept working. Then I just quickly gobbled it up. There's no issue there. In fact, yes, I remember it even burned a bit because I wasn't completely paying attention to it. That's why I had to go get that glass of water too. You see, had to wash it down after all.
What a convenient little explanation. For all I know, he actually did cook up a breakfast in a fire burning high. Just like the Gorman brothers in Majora's Mask that use Ingo's sprite. Yeah! I love this. This is actually fucking great, by the way. But for all I know, he actually did cook up a breakfast and on a fire burning blood-soaked clothes. Ugh.
Continue, witness. We don't want to hear about your culinary adventures.
Of course. My point is just what I've been telling you this whole time. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo!
I don't think I can press anything there. But I'm trying to think. So this milk shipment was returned because it was given the wrong address. But this milk is watered down. So, which one should I present to him? And for which one? So let's see. What are his other... Let's see all of this. Okay. He has an alibi for the time, so he couldn't have done the crime. There's no way I could have completed those tasks, milk. Okay. So this is definitely the one that I think I have to do it on. And I'm thinking... either maybe the shipment return? Maybe? Yes! Okay! Because it shows that he was rushing! Witness.
Whoa! What is it now?
I overheard an intriguing detail during the last recess. It seems the address on one of yesterday's milk shipments was written incorrectly. You must have been rushing. That's how you did it.
Objection! Bah, I haven't heard anything about an issue with a shipment address. But I'll play along. Suppose you're right about it. Writing an address only takes a few seconds. Even if it was reduced to a single swift stroke of the pen, it wouldn't have saved much time at all. Certainly not enough to both commit a murder and cover it up.
Objection! It wasn't just the address. Ingo must have rushed the entire shipment. What the fuck? What?
Hi, Jen. Hi. We're playing Ace Attorney today.
Objection!
What did you do to Ace Attorney? I did nothing to Ace Attorney. In fact, instead, what I did was to Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Get it right! I can't believe this, claiming that I would do something to the great Ace Attorney, when really I have messed with another property! Ocarina of Time! By what method? It's a fan-made mod called Hero. Yes, this is a fan-made mod called Hero of Law. Linkwright, Attorney of Ocarina of Time. Yes, so this is a fan-made mod that actually came out earlier this year. And it is called, The Hero of Law. And it is a ROM hack for Ocarina of Time. So it's fantastically made in my opinion, and I am having a lot of fun with it. I think there's only one trial to it at current. I don't know if they're planning to update it over time, but I kind of hope they do. I would love more trials in this. I think there might be a second trial I can download, but I'm unsure. Uh, but I would love if the people who made this did more. I would love it. Absolutely love it. You guys should go check. So let me just type this in here really quickly. So this is the name of the ROM hack. Go check it out. Go check it out. And I'm gonna not have that up for very long because Nintendo doesn't like when you do that. Anyway, and I forgot about that. Anyway. This is a fantastic one. So like go support the people who made this. This is a fantastic ROM hack. It made me feel exactly like I was playing Ace Attorney, and it made me feel like, you know, these are the reactions of the characters and whatnot that I would be facing in the game. Such as, you know, Ganondorf here having a lot of the lines that he has. I like the stuff that Link says. It made me feel like, you know, he was what's the guy's name? Nick Wright? Phoenix Wright. Yeah, Nick Wright, Phoenix Wright. That he was Phoenix Wright, you know, with the talking and everything. I like how they used the animations. I like how they added their own animations to this game to just make it feel like Ace Attorney, but in Legend of Zelda. It's great. I really liked this.
You say he somehow completed the entire shipment more quickly, then prove it with evidence. Unfortunately for you, Defense, I agree with the good prosecutor. This alone doesn't prove how enough time may have been something.
My dyslexia really like kicked in at the end of that sentence.
Don't you have anything else?
I had him for sure, but it looks like I need something stronger to really pin him down. Okay, stronger. So maybe I have to give both? Objection. But did you though? Did you really complete those shipments properly?
Objection! Defense, I shouldn't have to remind you that the Sheikah Force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure it looked that way.
What are you getting at, Defense?
Here you go, Your Honor.
Huh? Milk for me? Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think you'd stoop so low. The Crown will be informed of this.
Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip.
This is highly irregular. But, to be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know.
Yes, I do know. And I would love a drink myself. Changing voices a lot also does that. You've probably talked the least out of everyone here, though.
Since the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Is this what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water.
Water? I have to agree. This is definitely not standard milk. As we've heard from the princess and the detective, Lon Lon Ranch is renowned for the quality of its product. But there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy.
Objection! Bah! Whatever. As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this defense?
It's simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened during the first recess. As we know, There were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday.
Ah!
It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also completed the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated. Ingo's watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time.
Order, order.
Yes, I suppose that would work. Indeed. All he had to do is milk fewer of the cows. And save enough time without ruining the taste too much. I guess he used about a 50-50 split of water and milk.
This is no! That's Talon!
Let me stop you right there.
Huh?
I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment, but all you have proven is that Ingo is a slacker.
How dare you!
Be quiet, you mongrel! Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it?
Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well.
Yet there is a vital element missing still.
Huh?
Let me put it in simple terms, so even an idiot like you can understand.
Rebuttal!
Oh, wait, do I have to? No, 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 no!
You lack the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw.
Press? Why is that?
It's simple. If the girl's story about working on the fence is true, then she was using the saw while her father was being murdered. It couldn't have been in two places at the same time.
Do I agree with this? Yes, because it wasn't the murder weapon. I believe we're in complete agreement on this point.
Huh? You do realize the problems that creates for you, right?
I'm sure it can all be explained. Yeah! I love this! I love this, I love this, I love this!
As if. But very well, then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. You lack the
Oh, whoopsie.
Where would this supposed other murder weapon have even come from?
Do I have a court record for this? I don't think so. I think this is another one that I just simply press. Press. Hold it! Couldn't he have used any old thing?
Either answer the question, defense, or this discussion is over.
No need to overthink this. Anywhere Ingo could have gotten a weapon from will do. I'll worry about the exact details later. Okay. So is this just ranch inventory? Have you forgotten this murder happened on a ranch? There are plenty of sharp things on the site.
Ho ho! That's simply impossible. We checked all sharp objects on the ranch and searched everyone. No fresh blood was found anywhere else.
Press this, because you checked all sharp objects. Disposed of it. Couldn't Ingo have disposed of it in some way?
Ha! That's impossible, you see. Checked all sharp
Yeah, exactly!
No items from the ranch's inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable.
Is it? Is it? Sorry. How could you be so sure the inventory is accurate? Exactly, look at who did it.
Bah, use your head. There was a royal visitation scheduled for that day. The ranch owner needed everything to be in order. He wouldn't double, even he would have double, even triple checked that list when he wrote it.
Would have, but... Using the list again... Hold on, oopsie, pressed the wrong button. Objection! The inventory list itself is false.
Oh, fascinating. What exactly makes you question the veracity of this document?
Something about the inventory itself. It's simple. You only need a brief look at the inventory to see it can't be trusted.
Ho ho! You can't just go around making such general statements, Defense. Point out where exactly, what about it?
Take that! Just look here. The one who completed this list was Ingo himself. He could have easily falsified the counts as part of his plan.
That doesn't matter!
It does.
Nothing could have left the ranch.
Hold up. Wouldn't Ingo have been able to just throw the item out over the fence?
Bah, obviously we've searched the perimeter of the ranch as well. Nothing was found anywhere.
No, so this is the most important point. Nothing really... What? Something did leave the ranch! Something did leave the ranch! Objection! Are you really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk?
Preposterous! Have you forgotten that said shipments have been checked by the Sheikah Force before they were allowed to leave?
That's true, but... there was a place the Sheikah would have overlooked.
What in Din's name are you babbling about? We're talking about bog standard crates here, boy.
Oh, excuse me.
Not exactly vast dungeons full of nooks and crannies to stuff things into, are they? Where could they have missed a murder weapon?
It's simple. They overlooked the crates themselves. The crates themselves! The killer used a big chunk of wood to kill the victim, and then nailed it to the crates to conceal it.
No, the weapon was definitely metal! No stray bits of lumber could create a wound like that. Plus, if the weapon was wooden, he would have just burned it together with his clothes to ensure we'd never find it.
Ah, right.
Defense, your entire argument hinges on this point, you know.
No, trying to think through. Damn it, okay. Contents of the bottle. No. No. Because I don't, like... I don't think the contents of the bottle... I just had a Reuben, and I haven't had one in so long. Ooh, how was it? Was it nicely made? It was orgasmic? Oh my god. I'm so glad. What? Okay. I'm trying to think here. Because we already know that they... So here's what I'm on. So we already know that they overlooked the contents of the bottles. Because the Sheikah Force didn't notice that the bottles were watered down milk. They just saw that it was milk and was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. The contents of the crate could have been it. The thing that I find with the bottles is that, yes, we do know for a fact. Percent milk, you could say? Yeah, exactly. Except it was, like, less than that. But the contents of the bottle, okay. The contents of the bottles, we know that they didn't look at those. But the contents of the crate, we know that they checked them. How thoroughly did they check them? So I think I'm gonna waste a heart here. I'm gonna say the bottles. Inside the crates that the Sheikah could have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipment.
Without ruining the shipments. Oh!
That's right. Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the search.
That does seem plausible. Objection! Now wait just a moment. A weapon in the milk bottle wouldn't just go unnoticed. Someone would have reported it.
No, they wouldn't have! Because of the shipment that was returned! You would be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake would cause a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is. You see, I overheard a very interesting tale during the recess. Word was sent from the ranch not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed.
What? Whoa!
Indeed. If you recall, Ingo was the one who handled all of that. Now, that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he had messed up the street address a little, the couriers would have known where the shipment was meant to go. How could he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving a bottle of milk with the murder weapon in it.
Whoa!
I bet Ingo expected this box to stay in shipping limbo a while longer. How unfortunate for him that postal service was on its game today.
Oh my god, the faces!
This is fantastic. If you're just joining like now at the end of this, you really need to go play this if you like Ace Attorney. This has been fantastic. It has been really fun if you like Ace Attorney and like Legend of Zelda, because it is a combination of the two that is just fucking fantastic to play and like have everything. Maybe because they were worried it'd start to smell?
I believe this calls for us to investigate these boxes of milk more closely. Soldiers have the boxes retrieved from the ranch immediately.
Argument completed. And I got my hearts back.
This is slander! Why would I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit of a layabout, but he did give me a job. Why would I want him dead?
The motive? That's simple. Why, I'm surprised you're even asking about it.
Huh?
Easily, this evidence clearly explains your motive. Take that. This very inheritance document you brought to the court attention states the following. In case of testator's death, his daughter, Malin of Lon Lon Ranch, will inherit the ranch, unless she is unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the crown and the remaining employees.
Oh!
What?
You not only killed Talon, but decided to frame Malin for the crime as well, so you would be the one to inherit part of the ranch. That's why you volunteered to work in the silo all day. It gave you an alibi so that Malin would be the only possible culprit. Of course you know about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malin would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. A perfect setup for the royals to find her next to the body.
No! 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 What are you talking about? Talon signing the ranch over to me? Preposterous.
Did he really not know? I guess it was Dragmeyer who procured the actual document, not him.
Your Honor! What is it, soldier?
The box you requested is here.
Already? That was quite fast.
Apparently the team at the ranch had already noticed something awry with it on their own. The box arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message.
Well, well, well. Let's see for ourselves then, shall we? Part of the shipment that proves my case is... there's blood in the milk! Take that. Here it is, from the bottle with a slight red tint to the milk. Looks like some kind of serrated knife. That explains the irregular wound pretty nicely.
How could those Shiga idiots have missed this?
I'm sure the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right.
Grr. Well, I've had it. Fine, fine. You want to know why? You want to know why I really killed that scumbag?
No. No, what are you?
So, you admit it?
Yes, I admit it. What would you do if one day, after years of back-breaking labor, despite putting your all into the ranch, you were thrown away like rubbish without any reason? Fired! Farewell! We don't need you anymore.
What? Oh, whoopsie. What? But that doesn't make any sense.
Ho, don't lie. I heard it all. I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work, and lo and behold, what's this? Malin and Talon are talking behind my back. I heard it all. We'll let him go after the visitation. We can handle things without him. And so, after volunteering to work on that shipment, I quietly slipped out while the girl was busy and shanked the good-for-nothing slacker. Ha! You should have seen his face.
Oh god, paranoia. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, ha! You should have seen his face. He didn't expect it at all. So yes, Malin, I killed that lazy bum you called a father. And he deserved it.
Order! The witness will cease his boasting over such a terrible deed. I think we've heard enough. Soldiers, take him away!
Hold it!
Wait just a moment. Ingo.
Yes, girl? Want to apologize for what you've done?
Apologize? Me? You're horrible! We weren't planning to fire you at all. You completely misunderstood what we were saying.
What?
Another animated scene! I've had so much work recently. Good food right now! Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in tip-top shape. Ha ha ha!
I do worry, Summit, about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. Do wish he'd take a step back and relax sometime.
Sorry, I'm trying not to go into Dragmire. Maybe we should convince him to go on a vacation.
Ha! Now there's an idea. I'd do him good to go. I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him.
Oh my god! They're going to fire me! You were planning what? A vacation for me? And I did, no! No, it can't be so! Please say it isn't so! Oh.
Why is there a chicken here? Attack them, cuckoos! Murder! Oh my god! I will not go, turn the lights out, carry me home. Oh, I can't get the right. Ugh. You've just witnessed today the results of a truly horrifying misunderstanding. But misunderstanding or not, what you have done is unforgivable. Talon was a kind man, beloved by all who had the good fortune to cross his path. His loss will be felt not only at his ranch, but all across Hyrule.
The killer turned out to be an utterly pathetic man with delusions of grandeur. I mean, look at him. Another idiot dressed like a clown.
Okay, look, I agree with you. But insult to injury here, buddy. Helped Link save the world before he became an attorney. Oh, the one tear. Jeez, he's really laying into him. But he's just upset because he lost.
The prosecution's rant aside, I think it is time to declare today's verdict. This is just a formality, but will the defendant please step to the stand?
Dragmire, he isn't Ganon, just looks like him. Well, his name is Ganon Dragmire. Ganondorf Dragmire. Yep. Clown that I don't like. I don't like him either. Okay, I'm going to snooze the ads so that we can finish this without an ad break for you guys.
I am very glad you appeared to have such a good attorney as a friend.
I wouldn't have chosen... Wait. I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Aw, thanks.
Now then, without further ado, in the name of Goddess Hylia and the sacred lands of Hyrule, I hereby find Malin of Lon Lon Ranch not guilty!
Yay!
Court is adjourned.
I have honestly loved this. This has been an amazing thing to have. Oh my god, he stands exactly like the other dude. Yes, he does! So, Jen, if you like Ace Attorney, if you noticed, all of Ganon's, animations, like the finger waving, and the pointing down, they're from Miles Edgeworth. If you look at it, it's how Miles... okay. But it's exactly the animations that Miles Edgeworth does. And with Link, whenever he was doing the different, like, animations and whatnot, it was what, Phoenix Wright does. For Malin, it was everything that, what is her name? Maya does. It was really cool. No. You're, that's fair. It's Ganondorf. I mean, hold on. I gotta find you something. No, not Breath of the Wild. Hold on. I gotta show you a picture of Dagmire in the newest games. Oh, it's a web file. I don't want a web file. Is this one better? This one's kind of better. Save image as JPEG. Yes, that works. Okay. And then where is some stuff? This, I could use this. Hold on, I gotta resize this. It's fucking huge. Why? Why did whoever make this make it so... Oh my fucking god. There we go. Now I can finally get this up on the screen. I mean, I just want to say, like, I mean, like, he is the subject matter of a lot of twink smut. You are correct. But I mean, this is him in the latest game. Like, mm, mm, mm. Pick me up, buddy. Anyway. Um Okay, look at that Eastern influence. Yeah, I know, right? West, whatever. Oh, damn! I know, right? Right? Look at this man. Look at him. You know what? We love him so much, we're just gonna have him up in the corner real quick. He's gonna be up in the corner for the rest of the stream. Come on, Ganondorf. We love you. We're simping for you. Dagmire, we need more of this game so that we can just simp over Dragmire. Oh wait, is there anything else? Okay, yeah. We did it. I suppose so. I guess Ingo's outburst kind of soured the mood, huh? I don't think I can ever forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free. It's time to celebrate. I guess you're right. Excellent work.
I knew you'd pull through.
Oh, whoopsie, that was the wrong voice. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you really, so thank you.
No, that's not quite right.
Oh my god, Impa's gumshoe? Yes! Yes! My god, I gotta keep snoozing these ads. Impa is gumshoe, and it is fantastic! Zelda was also in this.
It's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most.
Huh? Your Highness? I thought you were going back to Hyrule Castle. What strings did Impa have to pull to get her here? Guys, I might be delayed! It's fine, I understand. I'm leaving him up for you. But I realized I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. There is no need to bow. Not after what I have done. Really, if not for my status, I would have probably been carted off to prison alongside that angry little man. Perjury is, pretty serious. That's probably not entirely wrong.
As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness.
How can you say that, Detective? I almost condemned an innocent person to prison.
Yes, there are some things you should think twice about doing in the future. But it's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free.
Huh?
Come on, attorney. Show Her Highness what I'm talking about. Whoa, Impa put the knife away!
No. It's fine. Take that! The bottle? Well, it's true. Without this and without knowing about the fire, we wouldn't have had any proof of to substantiate our claims. And really, you're obviously false. Youch! Impa just stabbed me on my foot! Impa!
Well, there you have it. In any case, I'm sure Miss Malin isn't too upset.
Well... Sure?
10 hut!
We have orders to escort the princess back to the castle immediately!
Just in time. Farewell, Your Highness. And so they left. Now then, listen to me. I know that I am perhaps being too lenient on the princess, but tough times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can to get
can to get to lead the kingdom through them. She really needs to take responsibility for her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The arrogancy with which she has just been escorted out of here isn't coincidental. What? Is the king going to scold her? At the very least. Now then. The duties call, unfortunately, so I must be off. Bye, Impa! Again, you did well today, both of you. I trust that I will be able to rely on you in future court proceedings as well. Please! There's only one court proceeding in this game so far, but I need more! I'll try my best. That's all I ask. That unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here, so I'll be excusing myself post haste. Farewell. Uh-oh. The front-on! The head-on look for Ganondorf! Hold on. I gotta do something here. There we go. Classic! Damn, the furry is still streaming today? Yeah, I know. I'm going long today. I wanted to finish this game.
You.
Yeah, me? What's up? Sorry, I wanted to make sure that we had a nice picture for you. Anyway. Hello, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Tell me now, where did that blasted detective go? To have my reputation tarnished this way.
Thank you. Oh, did Bonk and stuff not break? I've been streaming so long, I know that if I stream long enough, it'd break. Oh, it did break. One sec. This is the end of the stream, but I want to make sure. No! I want to make sure that it works. Okay, I'm getting this back up. You'll see it says tits on the screen for a quick second out at a certain point. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. We're good now. Now everything should work.
To have my reputation tarnished this way by some novice attorney from the boonies.
Dramatic much? He looks about ready to burst from anger. Hold on. There we go. Don't be such a sore loser. You lost. Deal with it. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you even a little bit glad?
Yes, I suppose there is some worth in that. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolences. Just remember that it was the meddling of that idiotic princess.
Stop it. Get some
No. No. No.
And the stupidity of that blasted detective that led to your arrest. So if you have any grievances, take it up with them.
I suppose there is some truth in that, in what he's saying.
Speaking of the detective, it appears she has fled from me like a cacao on fire.
You need help like I need warmth. I won't not see snow until next year. Oh my fucking god. I know, right? I don't need any help. I'm great.
Mark my words, she will regret what she's done for generations.
I'm sorry, what? Well, that was sure something. I don't know if he was being sincere or just wanted to shift blame onto someone else. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I'll come visit, but I have my attorney duties too. I'll get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work at the ranch. Silly as my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over one day, and he's taught me well. I'll make sure the animals are well cared for, just as I always have. That's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. If it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think about what could have happened. And server and stream random games. I got invited to beta test a prop hunt game. Ooh, interesting. Hop in server next. Ooh, okay. Wasn't for you. I don't even want to think about what could have happened. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. Oh, we can... And so ended a very personal case for me. It felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. Malin continued working at the ranch, hoping to make it prosper, even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following were some of the happiest I'd lived for a long time. Little did I know that terrible tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. But that's a legend for another day. The hero of law! I loved this. Project lead Skawo. I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna take also, I'm gonna make it so that this is no longer visible so it doesn't block anything. This has been fan-fucking-tastic. Damn, they kept on. Explains why Talon was missing in future Ocarina Land. Yeah! But this is fantastic. I loved this. I loved, like, how they made the scenes look like an Ace Attorney game. I loved the courts and everything. I have to be fully honest. I want these guys to make more. There's only the one court case, as far as I'm aware, in this game. And... I like this. I would love for more. Like, maybe one based on with Majora's Mask or something. Or, like just more. The 2D art. Oh my god, yeah, so it was brand new 2D art. Should do a Twilight Princess one, LMAO. They should! Honestly, I would love for them to make a bunch of these. The art, the mapping and everything, the dialogue and the writing, it was all fantastic. Please stop getting the brake fluid. Stop having your dirt cereal with brake fluid milk. But this, also the game, I know that I had my own music like playing with it because the music was kind of quiet in this, which is why I turned on mine. Which I'm gonna pause mine now so you guys can hear it. But they actually did do all of their own music for this game. I need cereal, stop it! They actually did all of their own music for this game as well. So the 2D pictures, the writing, please don't spam. Anyway, the 2D pictures, the writing, fun fact, before we started like processing and selling milk, a lot of family farm milk would have a tiny amount of blood in it, sometimes from the couch. Huh, interesting. Oh my god. They did Impa's office. There has to, with a cat at the top, they have to make another one of this. But, with what I was saying, this was fantastic. I loved the writing. I loved how they changed up the models to be that of like a court case. Hamster and your father smells of elderberries. How dare. How dare, how dare. I love how they changed up the models to be that of like Phoenix Wright and the others. I love how they changed up Impa to be Detective Gumshoe. I love the writing. I love the 2D, the 2D art. Aw, you're welcome for playing. I love the scenery. I loved the cutscenes. I loved the story. It was fantastic. And I love how at one point I kind of could guess what was going on. Like, they give you enough information, like, towards the beginning for you to guess it all. It's just how you got to put it together. Extra one. Wait, is there... Hold on. Scene selects extras. Meanwhile, somewhere else? I don't know what this is. Ooh. But anyway, I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to raid out. I'm kind of hungry. I have been streaming for 5 hours, which I normally only do like 2 or 2.5, sometimes 3. So this is well over my normal stream time, which I'm so happy about. I loved this. This was absolutely fantastic. Oh, wait, is this person's model? Oh. Never mind. I thought it was a doll. Let's see. Who should I raid into? I might do a test run of that game tomorrow if you want to watch it. Fuck yeah. Why not? If actually, I'll see if I'm busy. Filter by tag VTuber. Let's see what we could do here. I want to raid into someone new, but I don't see anyone new. Shucks. Oops. Let's see who's up here. Let's get rid of this tag. I might want to. I'm debating on who I would want to raid into. Because there are some people that I can see. Oh. Also see a lot of people who are not streaming in English for this game. I might have to raid into someone who I've already raided into once before. You know what? It has been a while since I've raided into Phelan with Alex. That's actually you know what? We're gonna go say hi to Alex. What are they playing? Remnant 2! Ooh! Shoot me a message or tag me in something. Yeah, will do. So with this, everyone, as we have enjoyed this game and we have been sitting here and we found out who the killer was. Oopsie, I clicked off. I didn't click that right. File on into the raid! We're gonna go over, we're gonna say hi to Alex. We're gonna be like, what is up? How are you doing? How is everything today? But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And, this is actually really fun. I had a lot of fun doing the voices. I had so much fun seeing the creativity of the Legend of Zelda and Ace Attorney, community for making this. And I can't wait to start playing more Ace Attorney in the future. But again, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you all again next time. And I hope that you all have a lovely evening. Bye!